I recently attended a funeral of one Hindu man, and after the function I was speaking to the family members about him. I was surprised to find out that everyone, including him, had been told by the doctors almost a year before that he was sick, that he would die soon. I was a bit disappointed because neither the man himself or his family members considered coming around to the temple to chant or to hear some Krishna Katha until, after he passed away. Then they came to the temple so that the devotees could do their funeral. I mean, it was interesting. I was thinking that what a contrast, to the example we find in the Srimad Bhagavatam of Maharaj Parikshit, who, when he found out that he only had a week to live, he gave up all engagements. And mind you, he was a king, controlling so much riches, manpower, subjects, and he gave it up. Why? So he can go and listen full time to Krishna Katha. We hear that Shukadev Goswami, who was speaking the Bhagavatam to Maharaj Pariksit, he was offered a pot of nectar by the demigods. They had brought it down because they were thinking that, okay, the emperor is going to die, so if we give him this pot of nectar, it will counteract whatever bite from the snake, and we can save his life. But Shukadev Goswami told them something amazing, that actually not this Amrita from heaven will save him from death, but the Bhagavatamrita, the nectar of the topics about Krishna. That is the real remedy to prevent death. Of course, the body will die. Na jayate mriyate vakadachin, na hanyate hanyamani sarire. The body only dies, but the soul is never born, is never killed. So the nectar of the Bhagavatam is actually what will save one from spiritual death. So he was not coming to the temple because he felt uncomfortable that at the temple they will be talking about the futility of material life, and he found that uncomfortable. So I can relate that many people, even I, felt like that at some point. I thought that I want to try my luck. I'm going to carve out a path for myself. I'll find happiness. And people who were trying to talk about death and life after death, I felt they were like just depressing people and they were spoiling my fun. So it is an issue which most people are dealing with. So the question arises then is that if these topics are so special in the Bhagavatam that simply by hearing them one can derive such benefit, then why don't we have more of a taste for hearing them? Why is our taste there for CNN, for Facebook, for Netflix, for the movie houses, for the radio? Why? Why don't we have such a taste for the Srimad Bhagavatam, which contains the Amrita that will solve the cycle of repeated death? So Jiva Goswami, in his Tika to the Sarata Dashini Tika, the commentary of 10th canto, the verse in the first chapter of the 10th canto, I think is text 4, which has, I think its last line is Evetyaha Pashugna Dvina. So this word Pashugna, it means one who is killing himself, almost like someone who's suicidal, or someone who is living in a way which will kill the soul, basically. Killing the soul means starving the soul of the nutrition of transcendence, of spiritual sustenance, because the soul is spiritual. So Jiva Goswami says that under the influence of material desires, especially the desire for wealth, one won't want to stay to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. They see it as a hindrance, to their sense gratification, and to be distasteful. They don't like it. Tastes sour for them. They think that is the actual disturbance to their lives. But actually, it's the nature of the Bhagavatam to create disturbance in one's material existence. It's meant to create a revolution. Like it says, Tadvak Vishago Janataga Viplavo. That the revolution should be there in the impious lives of a misdirected civilization. That we require a revolution of consciousness. And until we are hearing from literature or persons of a liberated class who are free from materialistic conditioning, there will be no revolution. There will be a few ideas here and there how to disturb one side of the ocean of conditioning. But to transcend it, to get out of it, we require liberated souls. We require knowledge coming from the liberated platform. Just like someone who is drowning in an ocean, if some helicopter comes and lowers some rope, then they can be pulled out of that ocean. Otherwise, without that helicopter, which is in one sense liberated from the waters of the ocean, the person will drown. So it should be our wholehearted desire to try and save ourselves from being spiritually suicidal in hearing only materialistic knowledge, and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, and try to encourage others to come and hear this Srimad Bhagavatam knowledge and not be intimidated by its straightforward language, by its controversial points which may not tally with modernity and its moral stance, which is always evolving and changing, its PC culture. Srimad Bhagavatam, Amala Purana. Everyone is invited. Hare Krishna.